Oh wait, I was looking the wrong way. We should have tested that ahead of time.
Happy
That's
Halloween.
Very-
It's my happy little javelina skull.
Welcome, true conceivers. We are back, and it is back at the Heroic Origins podcast. I'm Dave,
And I'm Terrance.
and we're just two comic book nerds doing what we love to do: make up new Halloween
superheroes.
All
Or
right.
are they definitely superheroes this time around, though, Dave? That's a good
Oh
question.
well, it's Halloweeny, so it's creepy, so it may not be. Well, how are we going to do it? How are we going to do it, Terrance?
Well,
We're gonna take these random words and a random picture, and we're gonna create a fully fleshed out superhero from it. But we're gonna be a little bit Halloweeny about it. Is what we're
hear
gonna
my
do.
dog.
I do hear a dog.
My dog is going crazy about something right now.
The dog. Well, you need to check it out. There might be a little gremlin sneaking in.
Yeah, let me check that for 1 second.
Why don't you do that?
Right.
So hey everybody, welcome to the Heroic Origins podcast. I am your co-host Dave. Terrance is taking care of his dog. As you can see here, this is my creepy pen that I have here. It's a little skull with a X over one of the eyes. And this was made by a good friend of mine named Valerie Bott. That's B-H-A-T. And she is one of the most creative people I know. She's a singer-songwriter, and she makes a bunch of art, and she actually makes music pedals if you're into that too. But she also made this pin, and it's worth looking at. And let me see here. I should shout her out here. If you're interested in checking out her stuff, go check out Valerie-music.com, and that'll give you a look at not just her music but her other types of art.
And
I'm going the wrong way.
I have something made by not my friend but Funko Pop. It's Man Thing for Halloween.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, we're going to try to do some Halloweeny stuff here. Let's pull up our. Okay, so we've got. Is this our? We have a video file here for our. Is this our clock this time? Oh yeah, it is.
Yes.
Oh, we want to stop that. I'm going to let you handle it because last time we both tried to do it at the same time, we ended up freezing everything. So.
Well, you have another element that you'd like to add.
I do. Yeah, we're going to have the outline. All right. And then we should probably.
Do you like this configure, or do you want to put more?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to put us on? Yeah, that works. All right. And so this is our outline, of course, as you're probably familiar with. But we're going to show you the process of the weird word creation. Oh, did we want to do a 40-minute one or a 4-minute one? Timer, 5 minutes.
Well, I think do we need to first figure out how many characters we're doing?
Oh, thank you. Good point. Because what we've decided to do this week is not just come up with spooky stuff, but a spooky team. Mm-hmm. So let's take a look here.
Host of characters.
So we're going to roll the dice here, the digital dice, and come up with a 1 through 6 to decide how big this team's going to be. All right, are you ready, Terrance?
I'm ready.
Can you give me a spooky shriek? Thank you.
That's supposed to be drum rollish.
All right, and the spooky. Ooh, we came up with 5.
5.
The spooky number is 5.
All right.
I'm gonna put that down here. I guess 5.
That is a time crunch.
That's a lot. Well, we can do it. We can figure out a way to do it quickly. All right. So let's pull up some weird words. There are some here already, but we're gonna choose real random words. So here we go. Ooh, let's look up here. Okay, we've got photism, illusory vision of light.
Ooh,
hexamus.
That sounds Halloweeny to me.
having 6 parts, which would be kind of contradictory to our 5-part team. And JATO, jet assisted takeoff engine. Actually, all of these are totally superhero or super powered stuff here. So,
well, I've seen definite Halloween things with them, except for the jet-assisted takeoff engine. That's the one that's a bit out there.
Well, but that's people in
just be
Halloween, they dress
thrust
up as robots
velocity.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this is. I'm going to put them all over in our outline, and we can choose from them. And we have to come up with 5 heroes. So, or characters. Yes, I shouldn't say heroes because they're Halloweeny, and if they're Halloweeny, they could be evil. Evil.
Yeah.
Okay, the transferring stuff over, that's kind of a pain in the butt. This is what we usually do behind the scenes, or we have the last couple times.
Oh.
So, okay.
People want to know what's in the sausage, though, sometimes.
That's right. I'm sure this is riveting. This is riveting stuff.
When it comes Halloween time, people want to know what's in the sausage. They want to see the sausage bacon.
I don't recall sausage being that popular of a dish on Halloween. Do you?
Well, it's close to Oktoberfest, which therefore indicates a desire for German foods, and their sausage.
Okay. Well, there we go. All right, there are things. Okay, now the random image. Well, this is going to be a little tricky because we want to find a spooky image. So that's our one criteria, but we can't add that into the random picture thing. So we're going to just go until we find an image that we think is relatively spooky.
Right.
All right, and we're going to do 3 at a time. So that's kind of interesting. Lady sitting on a railroad. Oh, a bunch of lockers. I always thought that was really creepy when I would go down to the basement of the bookstore or whatever on campus. They'd have all those lockers. But that could be at a train station too. That's interesting. Not really spooky, but it's interesting.
Not spooky, but
do you want any of these, or should we move on? Should I get 3 more?
Let's go with 3 more. Let's see what we get.
Okay. There we go. Oh, that's interesting.
That's
like a dino horse or something.
It's like a iguana head on like a horse. Yeah. Plane
this
crash.
Is interesting too. A plane that's kind of doesn't really look like a crash, does it?
It's not a crash, but that's how I'm interpreting it.
Like somebody. I mean, it could be just like an abandoned plane in the middle of nowhere. That's not creepy.
Well, toes are creepy.
You think toes are creepy? What do you mean? Toes are
creepy.
Those are not. Those are reasonably nice toes. Those aren't.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we got this one. Is this creepy in the way?
I think that's creepy.
Okay, so this is our random image here.
So it's some sort of creepy beast, I guess. That's what it just
what it comes down to. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna shrink a little bit. All right. Okay, so I think we've got our things here. And Terrance, can you talk about the process for a second? Somebody sent me a text I want to respond to. Just tell everybody about your stuff.
Oh, I missed a little bit of what you said while I was out. So we're gonna make up some new heroes or characters for our Halloween episode here. We're giving ourselves a 40-minute time limit, which is a little bit off right now. It says 39:57. I don't know why it won't go back to 40. But we are going to take these random words and we're going to riff off them until we come up with five fully fleshed out characters that have something spooky, something special about them that feels like Halloween to us. If we do not get to those, all 5 of them completed within our 40-minute time limit, we're going to go through the lightning round, which gives us 2 minutes per, I guess, is it going to be 2 minutes per character or maybe 5 minutes per character to just finish them off? We don't know. We'll figure that out when we cross that bridge.
This is a very well thought out Halloween episode, by the way. So.
Yeah, we'll jump that cliff when we get to it. But right. If we are all ready,
I think so. It must. If we're ready, then it must mean it's
collaborating
time. We should make a little bumper. I'm going to make a bumper. Okay, sorry, that's behind the scenes talk. I'll have to make a bumper for next time. Okay, so we got 40 minutes, right? So let's turn on our timer.
It's for some reason it won't go back to 40. Maybe I made it too short. It says 39:59 on the other screen, but
okay, close enough. All right, let's start. We're on the clock.
All right.
Okay, so we got 5 heroes. The first thing that comes to mind is the hexamerous one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, should we just change it to pentamerous? I mean,
no.
Okay, what are your
thoughts? Here's our Halloween twist, right? It's hexamerous because there were 6 of them. One of them is dead.
Oh, okay.
So now we only have 5, and they will forever be missing a piece, right? Of their, it's like Voltron missing a part.
Well, wait. Is it one of them dead, but kind of hangs out with them as a ghost?
Oh. Well, now you've created that 6th character. Yes, I like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So one is the ghost. This reminds me a little bit of the Baker's Dozen, though.
I like this idea, but my idea was more like they're Voltron, but they can never be Voltron again. Like if Voltron was, the 5 lions, or if there were in fact 6 lions, but one of them was destroyed, so they can never be Voltron again. They're just
so it's one of those amalgamous superheroes, or
so it's just but it's just the pieces of a former amalgamous hero that one of them is dead.
That's interesting. Okay, I like that. Well, what if it's okay? So what if there's like a zombie element to it, sort of like because they're built to merge, and they can't without a proper 6th one. They're constantly looking for a 6th person or a 6th entity that they can merge with. So they're actually going around and they're forcing merging with another person to test it out. So it's these 5 creatures that go in and they basically just merge with, a random person, and they do something, and it always is a slightly different, concoction or something.
But can they actually pull it off? Like maybe it just doesn't last very long or something. Yeah, like it will fall apart. And,
Well, I figure the person's trying to resist it the whole time, right? So maybe there's a. That's the.
I was thinking of it as they were.
Go ahead.
If you destroyed part of Voltron and you couldn't rebuild it, I mean, you would just have people with giant lions that had their own abilities. So there you have, characters who are in and of themselves, have their own capabilities.
But I'm just thinking it's like this group of this gang of 5 creatures, people. I don't know. It could be people. But they are searching for a 6th person, and maybe they have to go through a ritual or something. Like maybe that's what it is. Like it's like some satanic cult, and they have 5 people that are roll with it here for a sec. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a satanic cult. It could be a I don't know, a love cult. But the idea is that they've got to have. But they've got 5 people with special powers that magical occult powers or whatever, and they and part of that is they've got to merge. But because the 6th person's dead, they have to find a 6th person, and they go through this ritual. There's a ritual they have to go through to merge with the person, and they have to go through a vetting process. So there's elements of like conspiracy, like people go undercover at a job where this person works, and they're trying to seduce them or try to draw them into this thing. It'd like be a real cheeseball B-movie horror plot, And then they finally get them down in this underground, cavern with all the torches and stuff, and they do the whole ritual and they merge. But there's, whatever, the friend of the person is like, trying to thwart the whole ceremony or something. Okay, anyway, I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I see that. I don't know. I'm thinking of like what was that movie? The Monty Python Life of Brian. Sort of like, they've done all of this. They found the chosen one, and it's like the wrong guy. It's just like.
Well, that's no. I mean,
he was just the guy won over.
they try to merge, but the it's rejected. It's rejected. It's like a bad blood type, right?
Yeah. They need the special. Yeah, I like that. And I like the idea of like it being kind of cultish because of the like blood sacrifice feels very creepy Halloween sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
and you know what? And we could incorporate our picture here. They could be like goat headed and like they could be all those beasts of the wild or my first thought was that they would be from some other place, so they would all be like aliens that merged together and they couldn't get home.
Well, aliens would that would why not aliens? Sure. I mean, you could have an alien, a ghost, a Bigfoot, and or a monster of some sort, and then there'd be two others. I don't know what else.
Well, I like the image of the people in robes that are like, what was that comic there? The Pride from Runaways.
Oh yeah.
They were all just like this secret cabal, and they all came together. So like maybe they're like that. Like maybe they've each taken on aspects in society, but then they come together because they're still seeking that final member, the one that died when they arrived or what have you. So
maybe they're looking for a reincarnated.
Yeah, maybe that's like just a replacement for,
But is it like a replacement, or is it like a like they have like these searches, like remember this searching for a reincarnated member,
Mm-hmm.
So like they
where they do
if these are magical, if this is like a magical thing, but like it doesn't have to be magical, it could be psychic, but they may be searching. It's like we think this is the reincarnation of Bilbo the Evil, and not saying that's the name. It's a placeholder. But it's like, no, we think this one's Bilbo the Evil, reincarnated. We must revive. So the story would be like, we've got to revive the memories, of the person.
Mm-hmm.
But they end up creating false memories because it's not actually Bilbo the Evil. It's Bilba the Delightful. And then it was like, oh, similar name. We got it wrong.
Right. Well, I'm thinking if we were to make it not like, I don't know, how would you make this a thing without making it occult based? How would you go about that?
Well, it could be aliens.
I mean,
could be vampires. Could be vampires looking for. I mean, it could be 5 vampires looking for, like, just the best, keg of blood.
But I mean, just if it weren't occult based, it just because I mean, my original thought was Voltron. So like, if it were not
psychics,
but that's still occulty, isn't it?
Psychics? No. If you've got this would be like no. I don't mean like mediums. I mean like you got you remember Cyforce from the New Universe back in the 80s?
Vaguely.
They were like 5 that somebody was like a telepath, one was a telekinetic, one was whatever, could taste things remotely. I don't know, but they all had different psychic powers, and then they would get together and they would form a psychic avatar or whatever, and it would be kind of like a Voltron type of thing, but they were doing it psychically. So they just had to be together, and so I mean, you could have something like that where they need to have that 6th character or 6th psychic to be able to create this psychic being.
Okay, I can see that then. I know it still feels occulty. I don't know. I was just trying to think of how.
Well, I mean, it's not satanic.
How would you make it non-occult? But
it's not a cult. It's just psychics that are. I mean, it could be a science. I mean, when you say cult, that means magic and devils but it's not. It's just what makes it. I don't understand I guess I don't understand what you mean by cultic. Kind of cult like.
Well, just magic seems always the easiest thing to say. Well, it's just magic, and then we can do anything we want. But if you put limiters on it, you say, it's science, and it's bound by these factors of, fiction. But
well, But I mean, where would there be? I mean, so what are you saying? Like, there's 5 elements and they have to mix together to
Yeah,
make
no, I
the.
was just trying to think of like what else could it be if it wasn't a cult? That's all.
Okay, we got 5. Well, let's look at our words here. We got. So it could be like
You're
prisms. It could be like getting together certain
yeah,
prisms that match up, or um,
your
there's
audio is doing something weird, Dave.
yeah. Well, we're getting an echo.
Oh, you hear an echo?
Yeah.
Because I see you out of sync and your audio is like crackling. Like
I'm not having any problems on my end. That's interesting. Normally,
interesting.
I see that on my end, but I say we go forward and
Okay.
we'll see what happens.
All right. Yeah, something odd is going on. So,
Yeah,
I think we're spooky, like we're haunted.
I'm actually. This is the best it's looked to me in all the episodes. To be honest with you.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. That's interesting. Well.
All right. Okay. Well, we trudge on.
Moving on. So okay. Well. What do you? Well, pitch me some ideas. What are we thinking? What's the science-based version of this?
I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking, you've got an insect needs 6 legs, and you got to put all those pieces together to make a complete creature, right? So if you got a 5-legged insect, it's not working right, and there's probably some organs missing, and so it won't function. Like that's a biological kind of combination of beings, perhaps.
Well, like Voltron.
Yes.
Not they're robots.
Yeah, they're robots, but I mean, not like limb for limb biological, but what I'm saying is like, I don't know, I like the psychic force that you were just talking about, because then it would make it all mental and they could create something together like that. But then
I don't know. I kind of think of psychic stuff as sci-fi. I don't think of that as like horror necessarily. I don't know, like Scanners. I mean, I don't think that's culty. Did you ever see Scanners?
But I mean, I think the cult is just the organization that they belong to make their.
Oh well, it could be a lab. I mean, there's no reason why it couldn't be like we're a bunch of scientists that are like they used to run those the card tests, right, to find out how psychic people are, and it's like, oh, I think we finally found somebody who's psychic enough to help us form this thing.
Have you ever seen Akira?
I haven't. I know I need to.
Yeah, no, that just made me think of that, because it's these kids, and then one of them like surpasses like humanity and basically blows up in like this nuclear explosion kind of. And when another kid years later, another kid reaches that same kind of power, the first one comes back, which is Akira, who's there's a lot more to it, but I'm doing a very bad job of explaining the story. But it's like they had him in all these little jars. They had all these pieces of his body that they dissected him. Yeah. But the idea that all these kids combined could have created a thing from their mental, they could have just like, I don't know. I kind of like that idea that like now I'm thinking more of an Akira, where these kids came together, like you were talking about, a psychic force. And when they came together, their leader just dissipated, just blew up, and was devastated like a city, with psychic force or whatever. Because I don't know.
Yeah. Well, what if do we want to try and like, how much do we want to add like the light aspect, the photism, the illusory vision of light? I mean, because it could be maybe it's not psychic. Maybe it's about these people are all light. They have light powers or something, and they can create a light being, a solid light being or something.
They could be a rainbow.
Could be a dark rainbow. Make it Halloween.
Well, I guess, yeah, but it would make sense for them to just be the spectrum of light, or actually we could do different spectrums of we could do like ultraviolet, X-rays,
black, ultraviolet. Could be brown. I don't know. What are some gray?
You've got, what do you got? You got ultraviolet,
orange.
You got visible. You've got radio waves. You got microwaves.
Oh yeah.
I don't know all of them enough to. But we can do
Well,
all
what we need to do a search here. Okay, I feel like do we feel a little bit more stuck here than normal? Let's see, six light elements. Does anybody break them down into light elements in the universe? Okay, that's actually kind of promising. Oh, this is a long article. No. What's the Wikipedia version of it?
Wavelengths of light? No, that gives us the spectrum.
Big Bang nucleosynthesis. This is not right. Okay, I'm gonna forget about that. Let's write down what you were talking about.
Because we want light. We want it's not light. It's
what are elements of there's like frequency, there's wavelength, like maybe those kind of fundamental aspects, you know?
Yeah. Wavelengths of the electromagnetic spectrum.
Well, I'm thinking like the aspects. There's wavelength.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Frequency. Okay. These are elements that are. I mean, is wavelength and frequency, are they different things? I guess I'm not sure.
Got gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet, visible, infrared, microwaves, and radio waves.
The wavelength is the distance between two wave crests, and it will be the same for TROs. The frequency is the number of vibrations that pass over a given spot. Okay, so those are different things. What are other aspects of there's? Let's just try wavelength and frequency, because I'm thinking like these are really fundamental aspects of light. A
horror rainbow.
Well, I think that's an interesting question. Is there a way we can make this horrific for Halloween? I mean, it could just be that they make a rainbow pumpkin.
The rainbow of blood.
Well, there's like amplitude, right? Like things like amplitude.
Yeah.
Amplitude. That's the level of thing I'm thinking of. Like that's something that applies to all types of light, I think. Can you define it for me, please?
Amplitude? Isn't that just how quickly it goes up and down?
The maximum extent of vibration or oscillation measured from the position of equilibrium. Okay. So, okay. And longitude is not something.
Longitude is a measurement, isn't it?
Related words. Okay. Maybe we should have picked all these words at random. I want words related to it. There's another word. I don't want words that are synonyms. This is, for once, I don't want a synonym. Wow, this is really making this up. Wow, this is buddy. I know this is a riveting Halloween episode we have here.
I was gonna say, what is your
I was hoping to find like wavelength, frequency, amplitude, whatever. Like try to find five words that would represent things, and then have a sixth word that was like.
Well, that's why I was going with the forms of radiation, which were like of electromagnetic radiation, which includes your visible light.
But there's a lot of different forms. There's more than just 5 or 6, right?
But you can narrow it down to the basic ones. That's what they're like 6 of them or 7 of them.
Well, what are they?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You've got gamma rays, you've got X-rays, you've got ultraviolet, you've got visible.
I thought X-rays and gamma rays were the same thing.
Apparently not. But we can make
gamma
the
rays
same
maybe
thing
and cosmic rays, I think, are the same thing.
because then they've got like near infrared, microwaves, and radio waves. Like that's a good span of usable.
Radio waves and what was it? Infrared?
I would just say infrared,
Yeah.
microwave.
Gamma. So it's actually
Oh.
gamma and cosmic rays are the same. And this
Okay.
is the thing that always.
Well, yeah, because gamma rays are
Well, always got me about like, the Fantastic Four versus the Incredible Hulk. So they both were created by the same rays. This is an aside. Hey, we got 20 minutes, not quite 20 minutes left.
All right. So I mean, but that's we can do some combination of these things.
So what like they would create this amalgam character that would be named like Spectrum or something like that? That'd be the obvious way.
Yeah.
But it could be like dark. Maybe if they make a black hole. What if they create like a black hole or black spectrum or something?
Or they could do like
Dark
a
spectrum.
gamma burst sort of thing with like a
supernova. They can. Oh, whoa! You're growing a second head.
Yes. This is my little Bulbasaur back here.
Oh. No.
So,
no.
can I help you?
I just wanted to show off my new Jigglypuff suit.
Okay.
Jigglypuff, Jigglypuff.
Thank you.
Okay. Leave the door open.
Now close it.
Nope.
All right.
Going forward.
Going forward. That was our Pokemon break.
So okay. Let's do that stuff there. So we've got gamma, X-rays, microwaves, and then.
But we can
what
still.
is it? What?
I was gonna say we could still use the other ones too. It doesn't have to be a 1-for-1, right?
Oh well, I suppose that's true. But I think actually that's 5 right there: gamma, X-rays, microwaves, radio waves, and infrared. I mean, what are the differences between those? See, is it wavelength, frequency, amplitude? What is it that makes the difference there? Is it wavelength?
Oh, it's a different wavelengths.
So that maybe it would be a character that'd be like wavelength, or wave, that's. Oh, I guess though that's the thing about light. Is it a particle or a wave? But we could have Schrodinger's cat would be what they create. They create Schrodinger's cat. Because this becomes this gets into quantum stuff, right? So because it's light. Quantum mechanics is about light. I mean, it came from experiments about light and observations and tests. So I mean, it could be like we get this quantum creature that's able to do anything, but it's kind of random,
Well, they used to get this quantum creature, but now they don't. But does it still exist without them? Because it's a quantum creature.
I'm just wondering, originally the idea was they were going to search for a 6th person to be able to put it together.
I like that idea still.
You still like that? Okay. Because it could just be that they create a creepy creature. Okay, so we need a 6th one. Well, what's the 6th?
Well, I know I like the idea that what did we leave out? Gamma, X-ray,
near infrared.
Near infrared.
That's the one we left out.
No, you left out visible light.
Oh.
I'm like, what did you?
All right. Okay. Yeah, that's important. Okay.
So what if we made the 6th one gamma, because that's the most powerful, right? Like that's like
is
gamma
it? I don't know that that's true, but maybe.
Comic book world, it is definitely. I mean, that's the Silver Surfer versus I don't know who has like
Silver Surfer. What does the Silver Surfer have to do with
cosmic rays? Cosmic power. Is power cosmic? I guess it's not cosmic.
That's different.
But being that it's cosmic seems like that's the most powerful.
Well, that's true. It would be cosmic rays.
So that would be the one that's gone, right? That's in my mind. Like that's what they're trying to replace. It's the most powerful.
I guess though, visible light's kind of unique.
Yeah, but
infrared, we sort of.
Infrared is kind of. It seems really weak. Like.
Well, so what are these characters? So what's the deal with the characters? They've each got light powers, and
yeah. Well, yeah.
Do any of them? Okay, here's another question. Do any of them have a? We also we have the picture.
Yes. Well, okay,
is
we
that
go
going to
back.
be the creature that's created when they?
Well,
It could
we
be
have.
like a unicorn or something, some sort of light unicorn.
I like the idea that it's just some sort of quantum creature that they created, but that without them, it still exists. Like it doesn't rely on them for its existence, but it's not part of them now because they didn't make it.
It's like this is totally like a unicorn type of thing.
Okay.
This is like My Little Pony and the friend bears or whatever, huggy bears. Then they have their love power.
Look at the picture. That is not a unicorn.
I'm saying it's pretty close to a unicorn.
Creature.
Pretty close to a unicorn.
That
I'm saying it fills the role. It fills the role of a unicorn because you know that thing's gonna fart rainbows.
Not pretty rainbows. They're gonna be solid. They're gonna be sticky. They're not gonna be pleasant. They're going to be foul rainbows out of that thing.
I'm curious. What like a dark? Let's see. Is there such a thing as a dark spectrum rainbow? What would that even look like? Okay, so it's got like these darker colors. It's kind of spooky, maybe.
Did you see Rainbow Dash Dark?
Where?
That first one, Dark Spectrum, Rainbow Dash.
I don't see it. What am I looking at?
It's right there. You're on it.
This one here? Oh, this. Okay.
Because you were talking about the My Little Pony unicorn.
So interesting. Oh, there's the My Little Pony version. Yeah. Okay. Well, so it's going to be Dirty Rainbow. Well, can we just say that that's the So characters, it's Dirty Rainbow. Well, why is it you got these radio? Why do we have these? Okay, we got 13 minutes left. Wow. Why is it evil or creepy? Why is it when they come together? Is it because they're looking for people with light powers?
Right. Okay. I like the idea that they are still like a cult. So they still gather in secret. They still wear the dark robes.
The cult of light. Maybe
they do have some sort of creepy aspect to how each of them looks. Like I like goat heads whenever I think of a cult. Okay. Or something,
What if it's called the quantum cult?
There you go. Yeah, I could have just left us on the whole cult, like occult theme and saved us a lot of time. Because it's not that I didn't like that. I just had questions about how you would do it without.
You and your random tangents. Okay. The quantum cult. That's what it's going to be called. And we're going to have several names. Okay, so we've got what's the name of our let's just move along here. What's the name of our the X-ray powered cult member?
Let's see. Give me a
scanner.
Well,
microwaves would be like heating. Well, infrared's like heating too. So let's see.
There are 15 names for the evil one. The
X-ray specter.
Why don't we give them all different names for Satan?
Well, but it's not because it's light-based. We gotta have to have light. Look for Sims for light.
Lucifer. That's
Lucifer
what I was thinking. Right. That's where I was going with that. Was different names for Satan.
He's the what is it? The morning star?
Something like that.
Yeah. Well, what if Lucifer is the creature they create?
Maybe. Okay.
So they're actually trying to raise Lucifer, but it turns out that Lucifer is like this light being.
Yes, it's a different Lucifer.
Yeah.
Daddy,
Yeah, baby.
I can't find the Pokemon toy, and I really need
Okay.
it. I looked in my backpack. I looked on the floor.
Baby, I can't help you right now, though. Okay, I'll look after. Okay. Okay.
But
Cool.
I really need it.
Okay.
Please, I really do need it.
Give me a minute, Dave.
Let's go for it.
This is about how much I need it.
All right, give me a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, go for it. All right, folks, let's look up some synonyms for light. Light elements, we got illumination, brightness, oh, these are the things I was looking for. Luminescence. Oh, geez. Okay. Gleaming, gleam, brilliance. So we could be like gleamo, radia, lusterman. I don't know, but okay, let's look up synonyms for gamma rays. How's that sound? What do you think we're gonna find? Wow, okay. Not sure. S-ray, interesting. High energy photon, invisible radiation, gamma radiation. Oh, these are interesting. We should have done a little bit more of research here into this stuff here. Please. This is the point. I haven't even been looking at the chat. Has anybody been chatting with us? No, of course not. But we do appreciate it if you're watching us live. We try to do this every. We've been trying to do this every Saturday. I'm on Mountain Time, so I think of it in terms of like around 10:30, between 10:30 and 11 we start. But that would be, I guess, 12:30 and 1 East Coast time. Now, this isn't giving me much insight here. How about synonyms for darkness?
Jesus.
Oh, I was thinking about this. What if it's the other? Instead of emanating the light, they actually absorb the light. So one person absorbs visible light, one person absorbs infrared, one person absorbs microwave, and so they're actually pulling. See, the spectral wave. By the way, the echo is definitely coming from you on your end. So I don't know. Not that we should worry about it now, but it's
all right. I mean, like I said, I'm having issues with your audio, and you're glitchy all over the place. So
well, okay.
So we'll see how
there was no echo while you were logged out. There was no echo, so that's all I'm saying. So that particular issue was resolved when you left the room. So the glitchiness, that's.
So you want me to go?
Sure that's on me.
Trying to say.
Huh?
So are you trying to say you want me to go?
Terrance, I think it might be better if I do this episode on my own. Hey, look, we got 7 minutes left. Let's do something. Right. So, but we're absorbing light. So you've got So one's, but they're different types of light.
Mm-hmm.
And then they create the Prince of Darkness, which is Lucifer.
Actually, though, that tracks with our with our goal here. So
okay, so like if you're absorbing, so it's kind of interesting. What does it look like if you absorb X-rays? What would disappear? What would we lose? If you absorb microwaves, I mean, that's, on the one hand, it's obvious. It means you can't cook anything from your microwave oven.
Well, maybe they can control both. I mean, because microwaves is a nice weapon to have, and X-rays, just be able to see through the basic comic book story idea of things.
Well, what if it's just that whatever creature they create absorbs light? Maybe it's just that.
Okay.
I mean, no. Well, I'm sorry. Go where you were going. What were you thinking?
Well, see, in my mind, it was this all powerful quantum creature that the
Okay.
So I mean, it wasn't. I don't know.
Okay. So,
But
okay,
it's, you know,
I was just trying to think. I was trying to think of just like powers that aren't quite
yeah,
as
no,
bright.
the absorption of things, but then individually, like as characters, like what are you going to do running around absorbing X-rays? Nobody's going to notice.
Well, I mean, what are the boy? I feel like there's a lot of research we need to do. You know, I'm going to give us more time here because you disappeared for a little bit, right? So let's move our clock back a little bit. There we
I
go.
can tell you right now, more time may not help.
What happens if we don't come up with something, Terrance? What happens? This is a horrific. That's a horrific outcome. Okay, real quick. Okay, we got light powers. They get together. We got the basic thing down. So
Right.
They create this. Let's talk about the creature they created. It's an all
Well, I was
powerful
gonna say,
quantum being.
are we good with, you know, Lucifer as the creature?
Sure, we'll call it
Okay.
Lucifer for sure.
We'll call Lucifer.
Is it the biblical Lucifer or is it the inspiration for the biblical Lucifer?
I like the idea of the inspiration for the biblical. I always prefer that.
And Lucifer is the morning. Let's make sure that's true. Is that true?
I believe that's what. Yeah, because I know it means light. It's something.
Lucifer, morning star. Yeah, star. Except I know that's the name of.
Also known as the light bringer.
Yeah, there's the DC universe, and that's not what I want to. Let me go Lucifer nickname. The devil. Okay, thank you.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. If we made all of their names a variation of, you know, that, and they seem like this satanic cult to people, but they're really bringing this other being.
Well, I think Morningstar is definitely the there's a. I don't know that Lucifer's ever named in the Bible, but in the was it Paradise Lost was the.
Really?
There may be some apocryphal books of the Bible that, but that refer to Lucifer. But I think Paradise Lost was the poem that really brought the mythos to the forefront. But so I think there may be biblical roots, but it's not. There's I'm not sure that it's spelled out. Maybe like in the Talmud or something like that. Anyway, whatever. We're getting off.
All right.
We're getting off topic here because we've got 6 minutes left.
All right, so let's go to our list. What do we got? What do we need?
What do we need? Okay, we got name. The Quantum Cult is the name. Is that okay?
All right. Yes.
Okay. Background. How did we get here, Terrance?
Well, don't we need names for? We got 5 of them, so we need 5.
No. It's the Quantum Cult. That's the name. So we've got. And we know what's going to happen. We got to figure out the background. Let's do the other stuff. What's the background? How did they get this way? Are they scientists that had a lab experiment going wrong? Were they doing a quantum mechanics test or something? Like they were trying to create quantum computers and they went haywire. They each have a quantum computer in them that gives them light powers.
What if this creature that they combined to create was something that they found, you know, because they're scientists. So they found this quantum creature, and in the process of finding it, you know, they became part of it and ultimately, I guess, destroyed it, or however we want to.
Found quantum creature, destroyed it, but they sacrificed one of their people in the process.
Right. They found it, became part
creature,
of it through experimentation, you know. They collided, you know, because they're scientists. They like to break things and put them back together, and
they destroyed it, but lost a team member in the process. Then got light powers out of it.
Well, what if it's not malevolent so much as it's just, you know, it's very
uncontrollable.
Yeah.
It was chaotic.
Yes.
Okay. So great. Okay. Psychology then. What are their goals? Their goals are they want to resurrect. Okay, so this is the thing. Maybe the team member was lost in the light dimension and they need to they want to retrieve the person, but they want to retrieve that person without resurrecting the beast. Or okay, well, what was the original? Well, the original one is like if they got light powers from this incident, how would they find somebody else that has light powers that are similar? And why would they want to look for that? Because if that
maybe this thing that they found was a vital part of, it's like it's a particle that should be in existence. It's a
so they didn't control it before. That's why they destroyed it. But now they realized how useful it would be. So they're trying to figure out how to control it, but they need the sixth member. No? Okay.
So I like it kind of like a Godzilla, almost like a raging monster that they open Pandora's box, and here comes this creature and they're all part of it, and they find a way to disrupt it and break it apart from it, but in that process they lose the gamma rays, and
so what you're saying is this creature is, I mean, if we're going to Godzilla thing, then this creature, which is terrifying and horrible, is actually protecting the world somehow from other, or the universe, or
right it's actually
other evil creatures.
Yeah, it's other
destructive
coming.
Yeah,
so
worse creatures.
Right. And so they're now part of, they, being scientists, of course they would nickname it Lucifer, look, it's a being of light.
Yeah. Okay. So they need to, so they destroyed it because they couldn't, that was devastating, but they realized that there's an imbalance in the quantum reality.
Right.
So they need to bring it. Okay.
Right.
So their goal is to bring balance back
to the force
of quantum realm. Okay, let's go quick here. We got
actually, I like the idea also of them still being scientists, so they're all in lab coats and they all get into
yeah, totally. No, I think they should be scientists. And in fact, I don't think they need code names. They're just going to be Dr. Jones, Dr.
I like the names. I really wanted them all to have satanic names.
But that's like, we'll come back to that in the speed round here. I want to get knock out some of these other things. What are we doing here? We got less than 2 minutes left. I
mean, their skills are science.
That's true.
Science, physics,
optical science. Science. Can't spell.
Stop. Just run with it. Physics. Maybe astrophysics.
The equipment. They need to have a jet-assisted rocket boots.
Why?
Because of the JATO, jet-assisted takeoff engine.
They could all have jetpacks.
Well, what if they have a plane? What if it's like their science team? They have their own plane, and it's just got a jet. It's like for whatever reason, they're just one of those special science units that has a Harrier jet that they use to fly.
That seems logical. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. What if they do most of their experiments out in space? Actually, they
Harrier
go
jet. Oh, okay. So it's like a reusable.
Yeah.
Reusable air to space plane. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So then they could have a little satellite space station that they work from or something.
Why is there no noise? Here
it comes. We're running out of time.
Yeah.
So space station? Yes?
Space station, sure. Okay. Well, we did not get the outline done. So you know what that means? It means it's time for
lightning rounds.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. This lightning round is going to be longer than normal.
Oh.
Let's get up our 2 minute timer.
All righty.
So what we're going to do is we're going to look and see what elements we're missing, and we're going to give ourselves 2 minutes to come up with something to fill into those slots. We got a lot of things we're kind of missing here. We have. I mean, I kind of feel like we have a name. Don't you?
What do you mean?
We don't have to have individual names right now.
Well, we're supposed to make up 5 characters, not one team. We're making 5 characters.
No, it's a 5-person team. Okay. Well, what? So what? Okay, we'll have 2 minutes for the names. Okay, 2 minutes for the names. Let's do it.
Well, okay. You want them? I just wanted satanic names. That's all.
You just want what?
I just want satanic like code names, basically, for each of them.
Well, are we on the clock? Did you start the clock?
Sure. All right. Let's
start it if we're going to talk about it. Okay, so fine. What are names for?
Okay. Yeah, there are like 15 names for Satan. You've got Iblis, you've got Lucifer, you've got Prince of Darkness, so one could be Prince, Serpent, Nick.
Start at the beginning. What was it? Iblis?
Iblis.
I think it's Iblis. Battlestar Galactica is to be believed it's Iblis. But okay, what's the Iblis?
Okay. All right.
What's the next one? What's the next one?
Next one, let's say Prince, because as for Prince of Darkness.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Serpent.
Purple. Serpent. Okay. Is it serpent or is it snake?
Well, I like Serpent more.
Okay, fine. Serpent. What's next?
Old Nick.
Old Nick. Okay.
Or just Nick.
Nick's good.
Belial.
He'd be the one that doesn't have like a clear nickname. Okay. Old Nick is fine. That gives him some character because he'll be old. What's another one?
Belial.
Oh yeah, Belial. Should be like Belial, like Lyle, but with a B in front of it. L-Y-L-E. I'm gonna spell it like that. Belial. Just like Old Nick. Serpent should be like I don't know. Okay. Anyway, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. Who's the dead guy?
Beelzebub. Let's say. I don't know. Apollyon. That's one I haven't seen before.
How do you spell it?
Mammon.
Mammon. Let's do Mammon.
Legion. Azazel. Always a popular name. Mephistopheles.
We got. Which ones do you like? Which ones do you like the most? Do you want to replace any of those? That's 6.
Oh, well, that's it. We'll just go with what we got. Mammon. Mammon's the dead one.
Okay. Okay, I gotta say this. I don't care about the civilian names. We could do that though. Do you want to do that?
If you want to. I don't care about the civilian names either. Okay. I figured these are all their nicknames that they called each other because they were like, ha ha ha, we're searching for the Lucifer beast in Quantum World. Yeah. So they were all about it.
So we've got background. Well, we got the heroic origin. Do we need like a regular background to say what they were trying to do before they discovered this creature?
I think that's we already actually covered it. They were searching for they were doing quantum physics science.
Okay, so we've got that.
They're just scientists,
Scientists.
I'm sure lots of quantum physicists are irritated that it's just like
Well, we know that's our constituency. Okay, the psychology. I feel like we got that kind of worked out.
Yeah.
The powers. Do we have that worked out? I'm not sure that we do.
No, actually, I was going to say their psychology. Like, do we need a civilian? Like, what was their aim when they found this thing? Do we need to?
Okay, let's do it. 2 minutes. 2 minutes for civilian psychology.
All right, here we go.
They're looking. So these are basically explorers of the quantum realm. They're in space, so they can get less atmospheric interference. So they're trying, but I think quantum computers, that's like a real thing, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So why don't we just say that they're trying to create a better quantum computer?
Right. Okay. Actually, yeah, and that could just be it was a bug they found in the
quantum computer development.
Right.
Okay. I mean, it could be a communications thing.
Yeah.
We can say communication technology. They found a the bug system. That actually goes under background, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think that's good there. Why don't we move on? Let's
All right.
reset that thing. So, okay, the powers. I mean, I've got the buzzwords here. I don't really have the powers. So why don't we?
So
why
yeah,
don't
we didn't. I guess we didn't really land on whether or not they are light or dark or how that works.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
let's do 2 minutes on that. Boy, I don't really know. I kind of feel like. Well, what
I
if
like
they're just
splitting up
emanating?
these,
What?
you know.
What if it's not really a power? What if they're just kind of? It's not a power until they get together. They're just basically one person's putting off infrared radiation, one person's putting off X-ray radiation. So like that person might have to wear a radiation suit, And there's the microwave you got to worry about. I mean, so like it's just a problem. One's putting off visible light, so they glow in the dark.
Well,
But it's like
I mean,
we're all stuff.
I mean, I guess we're all reflecting visible light. We're not generating.
Reflecting visible light. This is a person who's actually glowing. So the infrared thing is they're actually, visible to infrared goggles. I mean, they're just extra hot. They're hot all the time.
Well, would they be just invisible, like because they're putting out infrared? If I'm the X-ray guy, if I'm the microwave guy, people.
Well, the microwave, X-rays, and gamma radiation folks, those are all dangerous. So they'd all have to wear.
Gamma's dead. So
what? Well, gamma's dead.
Gamma's mammon, and they're dead. So
yeah, but the radio waves, that person would be able to communicate long distance and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Infrared is just hot. I don't think they disappear. I think they're just hot.
Okay.
Like they're warm to the touch. They're putting off heat.
Yeah, but you don't see infrared. I thought.
Well, sure, but I mean, you don't see radio waves either. So is everybody invisible except?
Well, that's what I was saying.
I'm just saying they're emanating these rays. It doesn't mean that they lose their reflective abilities.
Okay.
Like the visible light person.
It would be fun if they could control this to some degree.
I've got to turn it down. It's a little bit loud. Let's see.
So they.
Well, give us another 2 minutes then.
No. I think we had our 2 minutes.
We basically got it down. So they emanate.
Yes, they emanate.
Okay.
And it's each separate, right?
Remember, emanate. Yeah.
Emanates.
Oh, how do you spell emanate? Oh, I guess that's no. That's not how you spell it.
There's 2 M's.
Emanate. It changed it to an autocorrect. Is that correct though?
That doesn't seem right.
Okay. Yeah, look it up. Emanate radiation.
Oh, maybe that is.
Yeah, well, it was an autocorrect thing, so it had to. Each member emanates radiation. Okay. All right. Weaknesses. 2 minutes.
All right. Sorry.
A lot of weaknesses.
that is the correct for emanate. Yeah.
Okay. Hit the clock.
All right. Weaknesses. Here we go.
Well, I think the thing is probably the biggest weakness in my mind, and well, I guess power weaknesses. But I was thinking that it could be like they all have different personalities. They may not all want to work together.
Right.
Like they discovered this thing and they kind of got excited about it, but maybe they all have different ideas of what they want to do with these powers.
Right. I mean, definitely there are some people that are more ambitious than others, especially in your scientific realms, and that want to be known for one thing or the other. And they could be across the board. Some people want science for good. Some people just don't want science for personal gain. And, there's a lot of reasons people go to that field.
So personality differences. Let's say, I guess the idea that they have to wear, some of them have to wear radiation suits, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of a problem.
Nope.
I'm still sad about that suit squirrel.
Okay.
Some wear radiation suits because of danger. Okay. What other weaknesses are there? I mean, it's all kind of. I mean, glowing. Glowing in the dark and putting off heat. I mean, all that stuff. Radio waves. The guy with the radio waves is probably the best off, I would imagine. But it would probably disrupt all sorts of technology in the. But still, that would be if they are able to control it to some degree, that would actually be a good. That would be the one good power to have.
What if it's like though your radio waves and just like constantly transmitting like all of your thoughts? You're just all
that would suck. Okay, I think we got some stuff there. Okay. We didn't talk about appearance so much. Do we want to? Well, we did a little bit, but should we do? I love the fact that they've got a reusable air-to-space plane and a space station.
Space station. Yeah.
So they can actually stay on the space station until it's only when they have to deal with normal people.
Right. Well, when they're out searching for their other member.
Yeah. No, that's right, because they got to go down to the planet. They got to go down to the planet Earth. I mean. Okay, appearance. Do we want to figure out appearance?
All right. Let's go with appearance.
All right, and I think it's going to be the same, heroic or civilian.
Right.
So. Or will it be? Do they have special? Maybe they have special suits they put on to help them control the radiation.
I mean, I would think that they would probably, just be a little bit more enterprising in their ability to, like, if you're emitting this thing, find a function for it, find a way to use it so that you can, because we're in a comic book world, find a way to use it for good or, to channel it into something because you have that capacity.
So they would have suits that. Would they create suits for themselves that would try to harness the radiation they're putting off?
Yeah.
Or gadgets.
Suits or I was gonna say Iron Man suits or gadgets attached to them or devices. I don't know. I guess this goes back to actually equipment more so, but
but this is good. But I mean, it's wearable equipment.
Right.
I mean, they'd have to be touching it. See, radiation specific suits and gadgets. I mean, this is just the appearance, though. So they're each going to have. So that's what we'll see. We can go into more details on the equipment. Radiation-specific suits and gadgets. Okay. And they don't really have a civilian look anymore, except that they're lab coats. I think we just had lab coats.
Right. To the best that they can. They probably still wear their lab coats and goggles, and their just thing is that they don't have. They have other issues, so they might have to also wear a radiation suit or a guy glowing. I don't know if he's wearing something else because of that.
No, that's another type of timer we have there. Okay. I think that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. We want to go to world building here?
Yes, let's give world building a shot.
What do you want to do first? Enemies, supporting characters, or social issues?
Let's take a look at our supporting characters, I think.
Okay. Hit the clock. Hit the clock.
All right. Here it goes.
So I'm thinking that there's probably like a Houston or Mission Control or something that they're in contact with a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There also might be Russians on the space station. Are there other people on the space station?
I would think that this is their space station, but I was thinking that they're part of a larger organization. I mean, most, at some point there's got to be some, like they're part of the Baxter Building.
Yeah.
There's.
Okay? So what's the institution? Is it like? Well, there's a aerospace company called Raytheon, I think it is, or it's a government contract.
Yeah.
What would be like maybe the play on that, something like X-Raytheon? Well, there's Spectrum. There's other words for light.
They could just be like Quantec or something,
Oh, that's great. That's perfect. Quantec. Okay. Quantec management.
Yeah. And you could have, I don't know if we're going straight to enemies, but you could have, enemies in that the corporation just wants to capitalize off of them, you could have.
Yeah, sure. Well, why don't we started the clock. I mean, we can just say Quantec Management is their supporting character. Quantec Management and other personnel,
Yeah, and staff,
staff, management staff. But they're the only ones on the. Are we saying they're the only ones that are actually on the space station, though?
Well, I guess in that sense, it's kind of like, I don't know. Now I'm thinking of it big and more expansive, like Shield. Like in the old days when you had Shield and you had like Nick Fury and his Howling Commandos were part of Shield.
But this is a private. This is a private company.
Right. So this is a private scientific firm, like scientific exploration firm, but it's like you've got a smaller cell in there.
Are we still on supporting characters, or are we on
I
enemies?
don't know now.
Oh, okay. Just keep going. Okay.
It's world building.
Okay. So yeah. I like that. They're kind of a. Well, let's just say they're kind of a top secret. They're a top secret government contractor.
Yes. Oh, see, I like this even more now.
The contractor or contractor E or.
That's
right. Okay. All right. So should we skip it? Let's start the clock again and do enemies.
Okay.
We gave ourselves extra time.
There you go.
Enemies. So, we obviously have the quantum. We have Lucifer, is sort of their enemy. Sort of their enemy. Sort of.
Well, Lucifer, the other Lucifers, whatever they are, other luminous beings or non-luminous beings.
Luminous beings. Luminous beings. Okay. But is there a conscious? I mean, these sound kind of like they're not like very sentient or very self-aware, or if they are, they're like. I mean, is there a sentience out there that's an enemy of theirs, not just like these random creatures?
I mean, there could be, and it's just been waiting for them to, for the benevolent creature that had been preventing it from, getting here. So, I mean, you could have.
I mean, is there a light universe? Is there a light civilization, a quantum civilization that's like at odds or something?
You could have what you could have is an alien group with their own quantum beast that's actually got it under control. So, and we could, like an alien arms race almost going on.
Oh, sort of a quantum alien arms race. Okay, I like that. So that's what Lucifer protects our universe from, is this other quantum civilization that's trying to break through. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we got something there. Do we have time? We must be running out of time.
We're getting close. I can stop it. But...
No, we're good.
All right.
No ding. All right, so we got social issues. All right.
Ready?
Bring it on.
Whoops. All right. So, I mean, I think the obvious one is just like the war and the run up to war. It's like a Cold War almost sort of situation, right?
Well, Cold War, okay, but it's also technology getting out of control.
Yes. Meddling, the classic Frankenstein meddling with God,
meddling with
whatever,
meddling with forces of nature.
Yeah. Power of God in the hands.
I mean, are any of these really? I mean, social issues.
Let's see, I guess they're themes. I guess more.
No, you're right. These are, but when we think about light technology, we're talking about like quantum computers. Mm-hmm. There's communication technology. I guess it's.
Well, the dangers. I mean, we're surrounding ourselves with all these radiation emitting things. I don't know if that's
yeah. Okay, well, I don't know. I think that's pretty good. What do you think? Do you think we have something?
I think so, actually. I mean, we had to go to lightning round, but I think
that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, once we got into this world building part, I really like this character.
It took us a bit to go in, but I think once we got going, we have something good here. So, cool. All right. Well, do we want to do a 5-minute review, or how do we want to do it? No, we didn't figure out. We didn't ultimately figure it. Is this what the light beast looks like? Maybe. No.
It's a beast of some sort.
We talked about the appearance of the cult, but we didn't talk about the appearance of their amalgam. But that's okay. All right. So, all right. Well, why don't we should we pull up a 5-minute thing, or we don't even need that? We'll just do a review. Do we want to do any type? Oh well, actually no. If we do the 5-minute review, and I mean, we want to do any revisions? It was supposed to be a 5-minute revision period.
Is there anything really to edit?
I'm fine with just doing a review and calling it a day.
I think so. I mean, I like it. I like
right.
I like the combination of things. I think it all came together in the end.
All right, folks. Well, let's run through this here. So this character, or these characters, we came up with a team, a Halloween-y team called the Quantum Cult. That is composed of Ibli, Prince, Serpent, Old Nick, Belial, and Mammon. They were quantum scientists exploring the quantum realm, but found a bug in the system. That bug was a quantum creature that was chaotic and hard to control, so they destroyed it, but they lost a team member in the process, and then somehow got light powers out of the whole thing. And their goal since then, though, is they've realized that the quantum beast that they destroyed actually was very important because it protected Earth from other quantum beasties. So they're currently trying to bring back balance to the quantum realm. But in order to do that, they have to find a replacement for their 6th member, the Gamma person.
Mammon.
You want to tell us about the manifestation, how it all manifests, Terrance?
No.
Okay. So the powers, they each were stuck with emanating radiation after this experiment went wrong. So one of them, emanates visible lights. They glow in the dark. One is infrared and is hot all the time. Another one creates radio waves and can maybe communicate at long distance. And there's microwaves that can heat things up from the inside. X-rays that can see through people, and gamma rays, which are green, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, but the point is they gotta wear. I'm sorry, cosmic.
Those are the most powerful rays, like put off by stars exploding and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So they gotta wear some radiation suits in some cases because it's dangerous stuff. They also have personality differences. They don't all see eye to eye on what their goals should be. They're optical scientists and physics science professors. Scientists, thank you.
Physicists. That's the word.
Physicists. There's a word. Hey. All right. And this is not just your average team. They actually work for a company called Quantech, which is a top secret government contractor. And they have a space station all of themselves, and they have a reusable space plane. And then they wear lab coats and goggles. They use, except for radiation-specific suits, which are that are gadgets geared towards the radiation they're emitting. And their enemy is Lucifer, which is the nickname for the quantum beast that they had destroyed.
Earthbound, yeah.
But the Earth-attached quantum beast. But the Earth, Lucifer needs to come back. They need to bring back Lucifer to fend off all of these other quantum alien beasties and luminous beings. So that's a process there. And then, they're dealing with things like they got a quantum Cold War. They're worried about technology getting out of control and meddling with the force of nature. And that is the quantum cult, everybody. That's our character, our group, our heroes, or villains, as you may see them. All right.
All right. I think that's fantastic. Fantastic combination. I don't know. I like the idea of the little, if you had a team like the Fantastic Four that was part of a larger organization, that idea right there is the most fascinating thing to me. I want that to exist. Like a team of space and science adventurers. That's just, there's an organization of science adventurers. I don't know.
Because they could go off in a lot of different directions, because they could be dealing with immediately once they get rid of the Lucifer, they're going to be getting incursions into our quantum space, right? So they're going to have quantum, beasts and quantum and just luminous beings and whatnot wreaking havoc over the planet. So that's like interesting there. But once they get that kind of resolved, think of how they might explore different things. They might go out into the universe at large and explore things. Who knows? But emanating radiation is kind of a, they can harness that into a variety of things. So think of they can become their own spaceship or something.
I think of all the characters that you could then have involved as well, just like all the turmoil from internal and external to their organization, just people finding things and discovering things and their use of things and all that. It's just it's the idea with legs is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, all right, hear the wailing, the Halloween wailing in the background. So that's it for this episode. But we want to hear from you, true conceivers. What did we get right? What did we get wrong? Leave us a comment or email at heroicpod@gmail.com, and we'll respond to your feedback in upcoming episodes. Do we want to put up? Oh, there you go. Perfect. All right. Don't forget to show your support, share, subscribe, or just hit that like button. It all helps. And that's a wrap. Keep on hero smithing, true conceivers. We'll see you next time on, we'll be in for November. The next one will be a brainstorm, our November hero that we'll be working on. And, and we'll be doing that. So,
happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. And
trick or treating.
Oh, yeah. Stop. Whatever. All right. Get scary. Oh, wait, we've got an outro to play.
Oh.